Officials say to plan ahead and use extreme caution as high water in many parts of Minnesota could create dangerous situations. They say don't try to use trails and roads that are currently underwater. Don't go around barricades and be sure to report any unsafe conditions you do come across. The DNR says rivers in several parts of the state are running high and running fast, and it's best to avoid them altogether. People across the region are gearing up for a lot of time on the water this week, including DNR officers who are gearing up for some extra patrols as part of Operation Dry Water. They plan to crack down on boating under the influence and call attention to heavy penalties associated with boating while intoxicated.
Law enforcement will be out in full force, and the penalties for boating under the influence are severe. They include hefty fines and possible jail time.
While intoxicated is the leading contributing factor to boating accidents and deaths, adding dozens are arrested each year in the days surrounding the 4th of July.